The first day of the Wuxi Classic Snooker, the first big ranking event of the 2013-14 season, and the frames have been shared in the early stages here between defending champion Ricky Walden and the whirlwind Jimmy White. White, having taken the first frame, should perhaps have taken the second as well. A very scrappy affair which Walden clinched on the colours, but a good opening red from White at the start of our third frame, Mike.
Yeah, it wasn't a great shot from Ricky. Unfortunately, the White found the pocket, and that was still a good pot though to land on the black. Well, it's not caught the cannon correctly. He wanted a full ball contact on that with the red. He's out of position now. He's only got this pot on into the yellow pocket, and it's awkward queuing. That was a little bit careless. He just needed a good contact there to leave himself in the red to the left corner pocket. Well, can he knock this one in?
Missed it by quite some distance.
Don't think he's left this red on. I don't think it'll pass the yellow.
Hold on a second.
Ricky might be looking for a safety off that red.
Yeah. No, 8. Take one off. 8. Right safe.
Well, if anything, he's overhit that slightly. He's given Jimmy the opportunity to try and cut this red into the right centre.
I'm sorry, Jimmy, he's got the score ready. Let me get it back, okay?
Well, I think we've got a problem with the arena scoreboard. Our graphic is correct, but because Jimmy scored 8, 4 points within off. So our graphic is correct, but I think the arena scoreboard is wrong. Our referee Paul Collier just trying to sort that out. It's always important, of course, especially towards the end of a frame, that the scores are correct. And sometimes we just have to take a little bit of time out just to make sure that it's right.
And 1. Sorry, gents.
Well,
Rainbow.
I think the scoreboard now reads correctly in the arena, so White continues with the safety
White, 1.
off the green, and he's got the cue ball tight to the baulk cushion.
At least Mr. Collier was on the case. They have a big responsibilities, these referees. They're under a little bit of pressure as well. They stand out there for hours upon hours. They can't sit down and whatever. They're on the feet and all most of the time. So
Huge amount of concentration required.
yeah, and this guy, Paul Collier, he's one of the best. Well, I think he's just about covered this red near the left corner pocket. Still a favourite around the world, Jimmy White, wherever he goes. I think he has qualified for Australia as well. Did he not qualify? I think he got through. Was it the last round?
I think I'm right in saying he missed out to Ben Wollaston in the final qualifying round. He won a couple of matches and then lost to Wollaston in the final qualifying round.
He did 5-1. My apologies. I thought he got through. My apologies to Jimmy and to Ben. There's nothing wrong with that one though. That was a great pot. He's just run out of position a little bit, but well, he's got the yellow to the middle if he wishes to take it on. Well, it would be pretty much all or nothing, especially where the reds are. Well, now then, is he attacking? No. Well, that's a great touch from there. So difficult to play those, you know, because these super fast cloths, we keep saying it, but I can tell you, if I took you into the club and played on one of these cloths and you try and play that shot, it's very difficult indeed.
Shaded area denoting the snookered area from Walden's point of view. The balls he can't hit. And in terms of the reds, that's all of them. So he's got to be careful here.
Yes, we talked about the flat 1-2-8, Phil, didn't we? And of course, the defending champion here still had to play the qualifier in the UK. He beat Pankaj Advani 5-4. So that was a close one. But he's here. But of course, he will be in Australia because he's one of the top 16 seeds that will be there automatically. Well, the miss has been called. Will Jimmy have it put back? There is a red to the middle, but it's not easy. I'm not sure whether it's worth it. Well, Jimmy has forced the error.
Blue ball. Six. White 6.
Well, not the best from White. Another opportunity has gone begging there for the whirlwind. He's had quite a few so far. Managed to take the first frame, should have taken the second. And a good opportunity after the foul from Walden from the snooker to build a lead, but it's not to be.
You just get the feeling, Phil, that at some stage Ricky's just going to kick into gear, isn't he? And you know, he's going to start playing some stuff here, and and then Jimmy might find himself in a bit of trouble. It's always the Achilles heel for a player when you're just getting on in years, and you know, I mean, we know Jimmy can still play, but he can get in amongst them, but sometimes doesn't quite kill off the frame, and then they come back to him, of course. But we shall see what happens, how it unfolds in the next hour or so.
Well, Walden certainly hasn't fired yet. It's been an indifferent performance from the defending champion in the early stages. He keeps giving White opportunities. Not a gimme, but you would have expected Walden to pot that.
Well, Jimmy just looking around the corner there, and he was quickly out of that chair when Ricky missed the pink. Well, he's got the green. He might still have the black, actually. He would prefer the black, get it back onto its own spot. Well, I think it seems that he can't quite see enough of that black to take it on. He'd love to, but I think it's going to have to be the green.
The rest has never held any fears for White. One of the best in the history of the game with that implement.
Yeah, I suppose I can give a few lessons to Matthew Stevens, I suppose.
Who's never been a fan of it.
No.
And the pair of them are often compared, aren't they? Stevens, another player who has never quite managed to lift the world title despite being a richly gifted young star. Still battling away in the higher echelons of the game, of course, is Stevens. Has found a bit of his old form in recent seasons. But I think White and Stevens, it's probably fair to say, are regarded as perhaps the two best players never to have won the World Championship.
Yeah, Matthew is here this week, and he's awaiting the match between Adam Duffy and Lu Ning.
Made the semi-finals at the Crucible season before last, did Stevens, beaten by O'Sullivan. Twice a runner-up there. White, of course, 6 times the bridesmaid, never the bride. But both have won the other 2 major titles in the game, the UK and the Masters.
16.
And this is another great opportunity for White to get his second frame on the board.
24. 25.
Hasn't quite shown up yet, the defending champ.
32. 33.
So 50 points to the good Jimmy White. 51 remaining. This black would suffice to leave Walden requiring snookers.
Oh, hang on. He might have just... Well, he's done enough anyway, but as I say, he might have just left this red on the right-hand side. That black was the ball that he needed to leave the defending champion needing snookers. Well, not this one in to make short, no problem. So it will be 2-1 to him then. So it would be an important frame for the defending champion, this fourth frame coming up. Won't want to go 3-1 behind at the interval.
Yes, Walden can count himself a little fortunate that he has a frame. Should really have lost that second one as well.
Jimmy White 48 and the frame.
But it's the veteran who has moved back into the lead. He edges 2-1 in front of defending Wuxi Classic champion Ricky Walden, with one more frame to come before our mid-session interval. And we'll bring you that frame live after this short break.